It's time for some real education. Alexander Pope was around on this great earth from 1688 to 1744. He's one of the greatest English poets and one we don't nearly read enough, at least according to Dr. Duke. He is best known for satire and discursive poetry, including works like The Rape of the Lock, The Dunciad, and an essay on criticism, as well as for his translation of Homer. According to the Oxford Dictionary of Quotations, Pope is the second most quoted writer in the English language after the one, the only, Billy Shakespeare.
Yeah, I think a lot of people would be stunned by that. If you ask who is the most quoted poet or one of the most quoted people in the English language, I think most people would get Shakespeare in the top 4 or 5. But Alexander Pope would be on almost nobody's register. In fact, there are many things that Alexander Pope said that people think Shakespeare said. Things like, oh, what a tangled web we weave when first we practice to deceive. People think that's Shakespearean, it's not. And there's in this poem I've picked from Alexander quote today, there's another one of those things that oftentimes gets attributed to Shakespeare. It's the phrase, death, where is thy sting, right? And that is Alexander Pope, and it's going to be in the poem we're going to look at. Pope was and to pick up the other question that Katie laid down, yes, 18th century literature, the literature of the 1700s, in a world where Western literature is dying fast in colleges and schools, the 18th century has been dead for about 20 years. It's too bad because you've got people like Jonathan Swift, John Dryden, you've got people like Alexander Pope. It's really worth reading, but in 10 years no one's going to be reading Shakespeare, so let alone Alexander Pope. But take a look at this particular poem. It's really one of my favorites from Alexander Pope, and it's all about the dying Christian to his soul, right? It's a conversation about body duality, body and soul, and death. And it goes like this. Vital spark of heavenly flame. That's the soul, right, in the body. Vital spark of heavenly flame. Quit, oh quit this mortal frame. Trembling, hoping, lingering, flying. Oh, the pain, the bliss of dying. Cease, fond nature, cease thy strife, and let me languish into life. What a beautiful line. Dying is not ending. It is a slow languishment into the real life of eternity. Hark, they whisper, angels say, sister spirit, come away to the soul, right? What is this absorbs me quite, steals my senses, shuts my sight, drowns my spirits, draws my breath? Tell me, my soul, can this be death? And the closing stanza. The world recedes. It disappears. Heaven opens on my eyes, my ears, with sounds seraphic ring. He finally hears the choiring of the angels. Lend your wings. I mount, I fly. O grave, where is thy victory? O death, where is thy sting?